being canceled.
I feared being canceled. Oh, Gabbie gotta go all the way over. Somebody's career ending will probably be from them, right? Like if they push themselves to do career ending, or if they do a career ending fucking case.
It was like, okay, but nobody's ever truly canceled until they give up. So then it became
That's what I said.
It's like, well, I'm not gonna let people win.
That was
like,
deep, honey.
Anybody who's engaging in cancel culture because they believe that it's helpful is wrong, because nobody's ever...
I'm gonna hold you there, Gabbie. Hold the fuck up. I know for a fact if you kill somebody, put them in a trunk and do some heinous stuff, maybe canceling is a method. I got to introduce we got what being an influencer really does to you. But my important point is not that. My important point is that it says featuring Gabbie Hanna, Noah Miller, GloZell. I don't know Noah Miller or GloZell, but I do know Gabbie Hanna. So I'm excited to see what this video is about. Gabbie Hanna, I'm pretty sure that she's married right now, so she got a whole lifestyle. I don't know what is gonna happen on this shit. And if you don't know who's Gabbie Hanna, then
What if I'm the monster?
alright, let's get straight to it.
One of my scandals was that I literally, people thought that I had sex with my pet bird. Like, I'm not kidding. And
Did you say
like,
bird?
and
Were
that
you
is,
pretending to?
here I am having a healthy life, healthy relationship, all these things, but I know it's gonna be so
mic's
bad
far
for
away.
business.
The Botox starts with your eyebrows here, and then it's here, and it's like
Damn.
every single day I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, who is this person?
Let's see what's gonna happen. Spectrum shows us that even people who share similar life experiences can see the world in very different ways. Okay? Inspired by Perception Box Question, these prompts are meant to spark honest reflection, challenge assumptions, and uncover what's beneath the surface. Okay, so we get deep tonight. Let's see
I
how
portray a
interesting.
life I don't actually live.
Oh, nah. Come on. Damn! Fake!
Well, I post about myself and my life every day, so I'm posting exactly what's going on in my life. Okay, like I need some money, somebody to help
Damn.
me with my kid. Can I
Damn.
have a man? I need a man. Okay, make
Damn.
sure you don't edit that part out.
I'm not
same.
edit.
I-
What are you
my
looking
stuff
at
is
him
very-
for? She looked at him after saying she wants to be here, you man.
Authentic and vulnerable to my real life, and I wouldn't be an influencer or have a platform or even make content if I wasn't just portraying my everyday life.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
he's an
literally
honest
just
person.
vlog what I do every day, and I tell stories of things that actually happened, so I feel like it's pretty accurate to my life.
But here's a weird question, right? When they say they portray a life they don't actually live, do they do things for videos or their videos do things for them? Sound like that one girl in podcast.
Don't rage the bait. Bait the rage.
What I'm trying to say is, let's say that they don't have the fame that they have today, right? Will they like do something like DIY something or set up something like, oh, I'm gonna set up this because this is so cool. Like, will they do that or do they do that only for the video? You get me?
Yeah, I guess our lives are interesting enough that people want to watch it.
Yeah.
True.
Well, on the other end of the spectrum, I do not, because I created a character for my content. That was a really important thing for me once I was trying to start this content creation journey, was I wanted a wall, a barrier to say in between my real
This is
life and the
me.
audience, because
Okay.
honestly, like I enjoyed not being able, not posting in a while, but nobody worrying about where I'm at, who I'm with.
That's interesting because, yeah, I feel like sometimes I have no boundary in between.
But they will still see you in your life. Like, even if you don't portray where you at, or who you're with, or anything, they're still gonna see you take pictures of you and be like, oh, this influencer's over there.
Like my actual life and my job, it's so meshed together. Everything that I do, it's in the back of my head, this would be a good video, and I almost always act on it and I end up filming it. I used to be much better at keeping those things separate, but now because they're so intertwined, it's very hard for me to not
that's what I'm
jump at
saying.
an opportunity to make a good video when I'm doing something interesting or fun. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna work on that because I'm not in a good place with it. And I'm not sure
How
what I'm
is
gonna
it-
do, but the thing that I struggle with the most with filming constantly is I'm just always in my own head. Like, what am I gonna say next in the video? Instead of
See?
being present and talking.
That means you're portraying a life you don't actually live. That means you're not being true to yourself. what are you gonna say next to the video? Then you're not being true to yourself. You're just thinking about it.
To the people that I'm with.
That's why I stood at disagree instead of strongly disagree, because there is always that little voice in the back of your mind.
Exactly.
I have to make sure that this is entertaining, and I have to keep people engaged all the way through. And there's things that I have to do that would be authentic to my life. That's just simply not good content. So I'm gonna not film myself doing those things. So accidentally, the life I'm portraying might not be as authentic as it feels to me, even though to me it does feel authentic. But I'm like doing my computer work at midnight when I can't film.
What you got?
Yeah.
It's like a little bit more polished, but it's still real. It's still you.
Damn, everybody's like doing it. I mean, if it's like a polished version of you, it's still you, sure. But I would say there's a difference between polished and amplified, right? Because if it's like an amplified version of you, then that means you're still you. But a polished or a not family friendly, but a media trained type of video, then I think that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I'll be saying shit that I'm like, damn, I should not put this in the video. But obviously it stays in the video, but it's like, that's what I mean. It just, you say something, but it's like, surely how you feel. And if you try to justify yourself, you could justify it.
The thing that I really had going for me was just that I wasn't polishing anything. Like pimple on the face, like greasy skin, like really truly messy space. And also,
What does that have to do with anything?
I feel like a lot of my traction was because I was one of the earlier creators to really show like depression, anxiety. And I think it did some good, but I think that like coming online and doing story times or like getting emotional and like crying because like, wow, this is like actually hurting me, but also the views of this, like the blur of authenticity and just completely exploiting yourself was like treacherous.
You wanted to nip it in the bud. You wanted to have kind of like this separate entity. Like you're running the account, but you have a character that you've kind of built.
Hannah Montana said it best. You get the best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds,
But
true.
do you guys, because like on my end, doing that, it has been a double-edged sword, especially nowadays when me and my team are like trying our damnedest to get out of this because we need to push this a little bit more. And you know,
I mean, that's exactly what I'm saying. When you created a character, when you're not creating somebody, when you filter too much on yourself, it starts becoming, like they say, the character rather than you being you being authentic. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, instead of you being you, it's more of like, it's like this filter person, like, hey guys, I'm a nice person. Because everybody that you see on YouTube, on Instagram, Hollywood, whatever the fuck you want to see them, they all have things that you will not, guaranteed will not agree with. You know, they could have things that you don't agree with. You could have things that you agree with. You could it's like, everybody got their own type of, I guess, lifestyle. Sure, you should not put it on the internet. If you go all the way to the other side of the spectrum, okay, this is a character, he gotta be nice, he gotta be this, he gotta be that you don't even have your true self, you just have this weird character looking.
Kind of like I'm restarting in a way. I'm doing all the things that I used to do in a costume, but now as myself.
I'm jealous of you. I'm like very much trying to think of concepts that don't revolve around myself and to where you can have like consistency, that you're not sharing everything going on in your life. And like, just as a personal example, I had a very treacherous few years and my channel did really well during that time, but I knew that I was going to be entering a more steady season of life. And with that comes decline. And so part of me is like, oh no, like here I am having a healthy life, healthy relationship, all these things, but I know it's gonna be so bad for business. And I wish I had something that was detached from me.
Okay, nah, man, this is very, very weird. Like, come on, guys. Like, what are you guys doing with your life? Like, if you succeed, you succeed. You cannot put fucking the internet. You calling it even a business? Ah, shit.
Do YouTube vlogs. I do 3 a week, and I have for like 10 years now. Wow. And I'm in a contract where I have to continue doing 3 a week. Okay. So in some ways, it feels a little sticky and a little stuck. But I went through a phase in my early 20s where I was married and went through like a very messy divorce and just shared all of that in live time as I was learning things, which is great television and terrible for entertainment. So yeah, now I am remarried and steady and in a healthy relationship and love that for me, but don't still in a contract.
People love a hot mess.
They do. They really do. In a lot of ways, I'm really thankful that I kind of just laid it all out there on the line and shared it all.
It's
also,
like
I do
a bootleg version of Millie Bobby Brown, am I right? Or a copycat rather than a bootleg version.
About the social media commentary that I have in my brain going all the time of like, how am I phrasing this? How could it be misconstrued? Do I need to choose different words? I just am always kind of self-editing in my brain with that social media.
Is this what I'm gonna go through? I hope not. I mean, till now, I'm chilling. I don't have to go through filtering it out or doing this.
I get it all the time. I post something without a wig, and the comments are like, "It's
Not a
either I
wig.
didn't recognize you, or who is this?" The character can't live unless the Nick is the same exact type of person. So like, as long as Nick is happy, the character can live. And this Nick is constantly happy now, to where
I'm not gonna lie.
I thought that happiness
gotta
would
give me,
create
like,
more for the character, but that happiness.
New fucking look at this shit. Like and subscribe, guys. I need.
I actually created more for myself to actually step away from that character. I thought the character was my happiness, but she really wasn't. She was there for the time being. But the
so
more
she-
confidence and the more happiness that I started
no.
to gain through her, I started to
So
want
it's
to
like a fucking split character.
utilize that and apply it to my real life.
I relate to having a character, because if I don't wear green lipstick and I show up, it's like, oh. And I could take my daughter to school, and I'm like, hello. And the principal's like, hi. Oh, hello. How you doing? Okay. I got to, be the clown all the time. Even though, unlike you said there's a different character. That is me, but that's not me all the time. Sometimes I'm calm. Sometimes I'm hyper. And you take 2 or 3 minutes, and that's who I am all the time to you. That's it. 10 years later, that's it. Who do I think I am at this point in my life without the green lipstick?
I don't know.
Nobody.
What?
Nobody without the green lipstick.
That's so horrible. God damn. What? She said she a nobody? That's crazy.
Really wish that I had another channel or another outlet where I could be myself without it. Without the green lipstick, not as funny, not as known, not the person who's the voice of a troll on the series, not a person that interviewed the president, not that person. You were like, who are you without the green lipstick? Well,
Nobody,
I would love to find out. I'm not there yet.
This does not sound good.
Like I'm not seen without the green lipstick. I'm in a beautiful jail. It's nice here. It's great. However, I want to get out, and I don't know how to do that, or if I ever will. And boo-hoo to, it's like those first world problems, but it's still a problem.
Imagine.
Y'all gotta get your shit together. Did nobody like save up money out of their fame? Wouldn't you just save up money to kind of like pursue anything else you want to do? It's like you can save the money and then create a new channel, and even if there's decline in views, at least it's like true you.
I mean, similarly to you, I don't really have a character. It is just me, but my videos are definitely, I'm high energy, I'm excited, I'm kind of like squawking at the camera. But I think when you kind of memify yourself over time, like you said, people expect this, like, they think you wake up and a switch flips and you're like, yeah, well, that's really what just happened. Like, but that's not your life all the time. Like, I would say 90% of the time, I'm a very.
But that's what I'm saying. Why you guys doing that? I guess because it gives you views, but I feel like you just have to be yourself. I mean, you guys saw me in this channel. I don't know if you did or not, but you guys saw me in this channel. I had videos where I was like fucking about to be sleeping on the chair because of how boring the video. And I had videos where I'm hyped up because like sometimes I have videos where I'm sick. And I have videos where it's like it's all the time. I don't know.
Calm person.
If you bring out yourself in every situation, whether you're down, up, or whatever it is, then I feel like it should be fine. Like if you keep yourself constant on one character or on one trait of yourself, then that wouldn't work out.
But sometimes I'm not. And sometimes there is a crazy story or a funny joke that I think of that I have to tell on TikTok or on Instagram, but people kind of expect this like wind-up toy when they meet you, and you can't always perform to their level.
And you can't change when you're an actor.
That's the thing. I cannot even relate to this too much because I'm not up there yet.
And you're on a movie.
That's just how I feel.
You could be a Marvel character here, and then next time you're a doctor, and the next time you're a teacher, and the next time you're dying of this. Yeah. But us, we are it.
What if the story you're telling yourself isn't the whole story? We're all
Let's go ahead and skip because I know this is an ad.
Now let's get back to the video. I feared being canceled.
I feared being canceled. Oh, Gabbie gotta go all the way over.
I had a little period of time where it was just like lightning rod of just little dumb drama things that didn't really like matter a lot.
What's her thing is saying? There Baby, oh, I cannot say that because YouTube was finna fuck me up or some shit like that. Dying in the street. Okay, so that's the sentence. All right.
Then it just became like, honestly, kind of dark at a point where it felt just constant from every angle, and then just kept getting like, honestly, darker and darker and like weirder, because people are crazy. And that's why when you were talking about like wanting to like let yourself, like you feel safe, don't, like, why would you feel safe? Like, I want to shake you. I had like the fear. You realize like some cancellations are valid, and then some are somewhat true, and then some are like maybe a little true but not worth what it got spun into. And you see so many examples of people's careers just like ending, and I did fear that for a really long time.
Well, I would say somebody's career ending will probably be from them, right? Like if they push themselves to do career ending, or if they do a career ending fucking case. But she didn't do, the most thing that she did is being cringy on the internet. Everybody was clowning her for being cringy. It was not about like her, I guess, doing something crazy, unless she did something crazy that I don't know about.
It was like, okay, but nobody's ever truly canceled until they give up. So then it became
That's what I said.
It's like, well, I'm not gonna let people win.
That was
like,
deep, honey.
Anybody who's engaging in cancel culture because they believe that it's helpful is wrong, because nobody's ever.
I'm gonna hold you there, Gabbie. Hold the fuck up. I know for a fact if you kill somebody, put them in a truck and do some heinous stuff, maybe canceling is a method. Recently, what we got? We got Nina. She stole from Walmart or Target, and she got canceled. And we also got Rakai got canceled, or basically banned in a way. What's like banned, cancel, I guess it's like the same thing, because you stop somebody's income. It happens, you know, so.
Changed because they were hated. People have changed because they're shown love and empathy and compassion. But at the end of the day, everybody deserves forgiveness and grace, because we're all given forgiveness and grace, and you have to give what you want to receive. People realized that they could continue to say things that weren't true, and it just like spiraled out of control. Sorry. Say that, people are like, oh, you can't take accountability, but it's like, no, you're asking me to apologize for something that's not real. Comfort, slow mornings, like enjoying the success.
But I feel like at the same time, if some people told you to take accountability for something you didn't do, then it's like, show me proof. I didn't do it. Show me proof. And then if they can, then
that's
it's
like,
oh shit.
And you're not relying on it for your money then.
No, and that's, if anybody's like, side note, if there's any like influencers out here watching, like young startups, save your money. Like
that's
retire.
What I said.
Like you might get canceled, whether you know, whatever, just save your money, invest well, and retire early. I guess sharing.
Retire?
Ain't gonna happen.
Oh, I actually want to save this video to see in the future how would this video change my opinion, or would my opinion change in the future. That'll be really interesting.
The thing that comforts me the most is like my friends love me, my family loves me, and they know who I am. Like, why do I care? Like what all these like losers are saying about me that don't know me, like it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of like my personal life. I feel like I got canceled like so many times in such a short period that I somewhat don't fear it as much anymore, because I feel like I got it over with, like all of the craziness. One of my scandals was that I literally, people thought that I had sex with my pet bird. Like, I'm not kidding. And people like, people genuinely.
There was no like suggestion of that.
No,
Sleeping the bird wing was like.
No, so I made a TikTok once and I was just like, oh my God, like I just found out that if you like pet, because I have a pet bird, if you pet his back, like it can turn them on. And I made this video about it and
screaming because he was sexually frustrated because I wasn't like continuing to touch and do good stuff. Marty is sexually attracted to me. And you know what? Sometimes I do still touch under the wings. And we're gonna have eggs one day. You want me to touch in a good spot? Yeah? I'm such a sick bastard.
Scandal, and it's so like crazy, but like people have
because like it's bestiality. It's like she's a pervert.
But did they keep it up?
Craziness. Oh, it's still to this day. Yeah. But I feel like that was the biggest one, and there was like a little ones around it, but it got so dark for me too. I literally had to delete the app for like 8 months. I focused on YouTube.
I've exploited my personal life
She's
for
talking about Instagram, huh? I exploited my personal life for like content. Damn, everybody.
I've never been afraid to be emotional on camera. Like, I would cry, like I would rant. If I was like going through something, I would share it. Like, really like emotional, like trauma
That's the
dumping.
thing. If you shared a lot of things about your personal life, it's not that, like, sure, you're doing good by, you know, showing emotions and being like, hey guys, look, like, there's real emotion, there's real human stuff like that. But at the same time, you're bringing in ammo to everybody who hates you. So everybody would use that ammo to shoot bullets at you. You know, like if you expose every single thing, you cry about every single thing, they would need only one thing. Like kind of like what's his name, I Show Speed, when he was called like I Show Me. You know, and everybody was like, oh, I show me. It's like that constant thing. Like that's sharing too much. It's like where it gets to the point where it's trendy to hate on you, and it's also like an ammo for anybody who hates you. They can keep the trend going.
Like, whoa, like that video got 1 million a day because I was crying in the thumbnail. Like, boo-hoo, like pay me some more, you know?
Do that.
So
okay.
Well, I explored
Can't relate to that.
dating, you know, because everybody seems to be interested in that and how, you know, bad it goes. So then I'm filming everything. Like, oh my goodness, look
Nah,
how
I ain't gonna
he.
lie, GloZell, we gotta get her. Like we gotta get her like some respect or something. Cause I feel like, I don't know, I feel like she just doesn't know how to act fully, you know?
Now he snores, you know.
She
Well,
doesn't know how to feel like she said, she's nothing behind the character without the green lipstick. So it's like she doesn't know how to truly feel about herself, you know?
Husband because of it, because I'm just videoing, vlogging about my life, and I'm thinking we're gonna have a kid, but then it never happened, and then I had to do IVF, and I didn't know the story was gonna go so long, so I already started talking about it, and then we had to get a surrogate, and then it's been more than a year, and then it turned into a series, and then I'm like, okay, we have a baby, that's great, and he's gone. You know, because I was filming everything. That was the most important thing. And I thought, like, he's cool, we cool. You know, I thought, but, so I do feel like, wow, you know, I have my daughter, but I probably would have everything if I hadn't put it all out there.
Wow, that's powerful.
That's crazy.
Thanks for sharing that.
So the next husband, come on.
They said, wow, yeah, thanks for sharing that. Nah, this is deeper level than what y'all making it.
So after posting everything of my life and what was going on, how this didn't work, how that didn't work, how, you know, then we had to find somebody to carry the child. I think overall it was, he said, and I've never said this, he said that I castrated him.
Damn. See what I'm saying?
So I knew it was pretty much done there. I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. So I look back and I'm thinking, I'm a great person. I'm wonderful. You know, I'm kind. I have a good heart. Why would you leave me? Obviously, it's him. It's his fault. You know, you want to leave. You're not talking. You shut down. That's you. I'm talking. Boy, am I talking. I'm telling everybody. Oh, you told everybody. Oh, he's got uncles, he's got aunties, he's got sisters, he's got brothers, you know, and I'm not taking into account that people are like, look at what your wife is putting out there. I'm like, forget them, because I'd already been through that. He had GloZell.
And the thing about it is that look at what your wife posting, but ain't he signed up the moment that he made her his wife, right? Like it's not like out of nowhere, like he made her a wife, and it's like, oh yeah, posting stuff like that. Wouldn't that just be
he didn't have GloZell without the green lipstick. That person didn't even exist anymore.
But I feel like recently, this is TMI, but I do OnlyFans, and I bought a house a couple of years ago that I could afford.
Tell him, GloZell. Tell him.
Wait, what?
She said, what? Oh, that bird just gave. Okay, now we cannot.
No, I do.
And you got a fiance?
I do.
Is he in all? Like,
he's in some of it. He's in some of it. I don't show my feet. Well, I guess I do.
Oh,
but
my God.
I started it a few years ago, and I bought the house a couple of years ago, and I was making a lot from it, and I feel like it's declined quite a bit, like my income on OnlyFans, because of the place in life that I'm at right now. I'm no longer like psycho and like going out drinking all the time, and like I'm at home with my fiance and like cooking, and I just feel like that sort of content doesn't direct to OnlyFans, so I don't make as much money. So I feel like recently I feel like I'm exploiting myself more because I'm talking about things that I don't.
What do you mean talking about? You exploited more than you saw. You exploited everything. You're posting a full-on videos of yourself out there. I know for a fact that's the most vulnerable state a human can be, can it? When you're in the zone, when you're getting jiggy with it, that's the most vulnerable. You're exploiting the fuck out of your life. You should have like a strongly agree. Now after that, like fucking extremely agreed.
Like a couple of weeks ago, I was like trying to be crazy again, like just to direct traffic to my OnlyFans because that's the only content that does that. So I was like just exploiting myself in ways like I was going out and getting really drunk with like my friends and like filming things that I wouldn't normally film for TikTok just to do that. And it made me feel so icky because that's just not who I am anymore. So I stopped doing that recently. But then the other day I told this story that I never was planning on talking about. I put it behind a paywall, so I'm not gonna talk about it now because it will make me sob, but like.
Oh, okay. I thought she was gonna say like I put it behind the paywall, so like you guys gotta pay for it.
I never wanted to talk about that, and I felt like I had to. So now I just feel.
Is it still up?
Yeah.
It's not too late to delete it, is it?
No, but I mean it's out there now. People typed it all out, put it on Reddit, and all the things.
I'm used to what OnlyFans is.
Maybe. Do you know what it is?
I thought I did, but you said when I'm talking and I'm videoing and drinking, like.
Oh no, I just mean like the videos that I make on TikTok.
So she did it, and then she stopped it, and right now she regretted her life before, and she regretted her life when she did it. It makes sense. That's how that industry is. Always getting a lot of women getting regret out of that industry, you know? Because it's not, I don't know, in my opinion, it's not healthy whatsoever.
It's gotten to the point where I'm like trying to like pay my mortgage because I built this like house off of my OnlyFans, whatever, that like I felt like I had to talk about it finally, and I didn't want to. So, I've like never.
Talk to you because I'm like, you trying to pay your mortgage,
it's crazy.
But you got a fiance.
Yeah.
You're not paying?
We split it, but it's like a crazy mortgage because I built it based off of what I was making at the time, like an idiot. And I'm not making that anymore.
So
but you have a fiance.
Yeah, but he has like a normal job. So
what you mean? Yo, GloZell, what you ain't in our profile? She just said she split it. You're not making as much as her. How the fuck is he supposed to pay
it? Really big mortgage.
Where's my close-up camera? What?
Being an influencer?
Nah, GloZell, listen. We were on your side. What's going on? It's like, yeah, he's working, she said he's working a normal fucking job. What are you supposed to, he could not pay for mortgages alone.
Has changed how I see myself.
I got no idea what this is. Like, I cannot relate to this at all. I mean, I couldn't relate to anything but.
I think there's positives and negatives of how social media has changed the way I viewed myself.
Live by the applause, die by the booze.
Hanna, this is the main reason why everybody be talking about you. This is why, Gabbie. Get your shit together.
I think I lost a lot of the confidence in myself through posting myself online because I start to question if people are seeing things in me that I'm blind to about myself. So if somebody gives me a criticism that is about my character, I want to be self-aware. And so then I start to wonder, oh, are they seeing something that I'm just not aware of that I do? Like something about my privilege or the way I speak to my loved ones, or do I fall in love too easily or whatever? And I think that it makes my awareness of myself feel very blurry.
Main thing made is you cannot have the people around you or the people on the internet determine what your life is, because I don't think, and prove me wrong, but I don't think you can put a statement out there that every single person on the internet is gonna agree on. And I don't care if, I don't know, I know some of y'all will say like, oh, I would say that graping is bad. Somebody would disagree with that shit. Like, everybody would disagree with any statement that you put on. So when you come into your life, I don't know why I'm speaking like I'm a fucking influencer, but just how I see it. And that's why I'm saying like I'm interested to see in the future if my opinion changes. But I just think like, it's like every time you let somebody else determine what you do, then somebody else is gonna disagree with the first person that told you to do something. So someone will tell you something, someone would disagree, tell you something else, and then someone would disagree, tell you something else. So you're just gonna be like played like a ping pong or some shit like that. Just live it how it is, and if there's something really, really fucked up, then you're probably gonna know it.
Advice I would give to my younger self is don't place so much weight in what people think about you on the internet. They don't know you in person. They never will.
Don't get a mortgage also, or get a mortgage but lower mortgage and don't do OF. That's how I think.
Link below for perception box questions that invite you to zoom out.
All right, we made it to the video and everybody hugging. Oh, we are family.
This was really fun.
Thank you.
Let's check out the comments and see what happening. Right there for the chronically online. That's me. GloZell and Gabbie are crazy pulls. What does that mean? I mean, oh, because like it's good. GloZell getting confused about Tara's birth and financial issue took me out. Hearing GloZell talk about not knowing who she is outside the green click actually made me sad. Yeah, I mean, that woman, I don't even know what level she is. I feel like she's in such a deep level of not knowing herself to the point that she's like, who the fuck am I? If I, somebody else, you know? Concept of Gabbie Hanna and Noah Miller being in the same room. What is the history? Like, I need to know what was going through his head. Yeah, it's literally made fun of her. He made fun of her. And right now they ain't got no problem. GloZell is me. I'm still trying to connect the dots between the bird being cancelled, the OF, and the fiance. We're not connected. Let's leave the dots as they are. You know, OF and fiance is an oxymoron. See, I'm not really smart. I'm not a studious person, so I cannot get. I don't know what oxymoron means. Me when I don't understand what an oxymoron. I'm gonna Google it. Oxymoron, a figure of speech in which apparently contradictory terms appear in contradiction. Example, faith, unfaithful, kept him falsely true. Oh, okay. OF and fiance and oxymoron, so they're both like going against each other. Okay, now I get it. Tara just admitted to faking a crash out to get attention on TikTok. So saying she portrays life she actually lives is wild. I'm telling y'all, these people cannot be real. How the fuck they be? I thought everything was real. I should have not. But I thought I was being nice. I was like, hey, these people try to be nice, you know? Let me commentate with them. If you think your life is hard, try being an influencer for one day video. Thank you for having Gabbie on. People don't give her chances anymore. Other things that were spun out of proportion. I have such a soft spot for her. Let's see if there's people who put out scandals. Started following her like 20 years, then her face felt off. Her vid felt off for me. She creeped me out, so I unsubscribed. I did see her collabing with Nikki and Gabe, whom I followed for a while. I'm glad she's okay, or it seems. I always will too. Why did she get canceled? I just remember seeing her, then we don't. She called her ex-best friend an abuser and blackmailed her after lying about being friends with her rape. Damn. Would you like to tell us how that's something that was spun out of proportions? Damn! Alright guys, the scandals on the fucking words on the comment section are crazy. These videos are the longest fuck. Comments were juicy on this one. The comments were juicy. They were flying out everybody. Everybody seemed right to be like a horrible person. All these smiles seems fake ass smiles at this point. If what the people say are true. Do I think it's true? I don't fucking know it. I don't care. I'm just setting my opinion based on what people say, not on what's their history or whatever the fuck they're going on. I'm not that chronically online, you know? Like, I'm not too much into that side. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. What do I think? I think this was a great way to see my opinion on a couple of things about social media. I'm gonna see in the future if any of my opinions would change or if anything that I've experienced. You guys can remind me whenever you get into the future and see me, like, you can remind me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like always, guys, like the video, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and I'll see you guys in the next video.